Hello and welcome to this tutorial on the anatomy of Chicago-style article citation. In this tutorial, we're going to briefly introduce Chicago-style citation and provide you with a basic example of a Chicago article citation, which we will then dissect, describing each of the constituent parts of that citation, why they're included, and how to format them in the citation. Hopefully, at the end of this video, you will understand the basic principles of citing an article in Chicago style, and you will be able to construct your own basic article citations. To start out with, what is Chicago-style citation? The Chicago citation style is laid out in the Chicago Manual of Style, which follows the standards originally adopted by the University of Chicago for the papers written there. This citation style is most commonly used in disciplines such as history, anthropology, geography, and political science. As of 2024, the Chicago Manual of Style is in its 18th edition, so the version of Chicago-style citation we will be covering in this video is Chicago 18th. Chicago-style citation does have a variant known as Chicago author date style, where the primary difference has to do with the way in-text citations are formatted. Okay, so now that we know what Chicago-style citation is, how do we create a citation? Well, this is where we get into the details of dissecting a citation to show you how it works. However, to really get the most out of this part of the video, it helps if you have the proper tools. At the very least, a paper and pencil or pen, and maybe some highlighters if you think they would help. Feel free to pause the video now and collect your tools. Got everything? Great. Okay, so here you see the article citation we're going to dissect. Take your paper and write this citation exactly as you see it on your screen in the center of your piece of paper. Make sure to leave plenty of room for notes. Go ahead and pause the video while you write down the citation. Ready? Awesome. So I'm now going to take the citation apart piece by piece and describe each part, why it's there, and how it's formatted. As this is just a basic example, I may refer to some other situations you may come across while citing sources. If at any time you need more time to make notes about what I'm talking about, feel free to pause this video and then start again when ready. The first element of a Chicago-style article citation is the author's name. In Chicago, the author's name is formatted last name, comma, first name, with a period at the end of it. This is done for structural purposes, as bibliographies are organized alphabetically by author last name, so we want the author last name to be the thing that sticks out when one starts to look at the citations. But what happens if there's more than one author? Well, in this case, the first author's name is formatted last name, comma, first. Then the word and appears, followed by the second author, whose name is formatted first name last. So in this case, McDonald, comma, Susan Peck, the word and, Yasna, colon. The pattern remains true for more than two authors as well. If there is no author, you cite by the title of the article, which happens to be the next element in this article citation. In Chicago-style citation, article titles are delineated with quotation marks. The article title is capitalized exactly as it appears on the article itself, and the article title ends with a period. The next element in the citation is the journal title. In Chicago-style citation, the journal title is set apart by italicizing it. We should also use this opportunity to demonstrate what happens when your citation goes over a single line. When your citation is 2 or more lines long, every line after the first line is indented in what is called a hanging indent. You can get Microsoft Word or Google Docs to do this kind of indent for you by going into the settings. The next element is the volume, issue, and number. The volume number is simply written down without any other information. The issue number is denoted with the abbreviation of NO period for number. There is a comma between the volume and the number. Of course, not all journals follow the volume issue format. Some journals just have volumes, some just have issues, and some use different designations, like Fall 2014 or December 2017. If the article you're using doesn't follow the volume issue model, don't try and invent a volume or issue number for it. Just use whatever the journal uses to organize itself. If that information includes a date, you can omit the next element, which is the publication date. In Chicago-style citation, the publication date is placed within parentheses and ends with a colon. The last element of the article citation are the page numbers, which are followed by a period. This whole section of the citation, from the journal title to the page range, is a remnant from when libraries received all of their journals in print. During this time, you would look up an article in an index, which was an early form of database with no full text, and then look up the journal it came from in the library catalog. Then you would go down to the stacks, pull out the bound volume, open it up to the issue in question, and then find your article on the page range specified. Databases make this a lot simpler now. The last part of an article citation has to do with finding it online. This element is the DOI, which is like a permanent URL and which ensures that this article should be accessible from this point for the foreseeable future. If the article has no DOI, you can substitute the name of the database that you accessed this article from, in this case, JSTOR. End with a period. That takes care of the bibliographic citation. But the bibliographic citation is only one half of a complete Chicago-style citation. Every Chicago-style citation has two parts, the bibliographic citation and the in-text citation, which, depending on the type of Chicago-style citation you're using, will either take the form of a footnote, or if you're using Chicago author date style, you'll be using parenthetical in-text citations. Why do you need both these elements? Well, the bibliographic citation helps your reader know what article you got the information from, but doesn't tell the reader what part of your work was taken from that work, nor does it tell the reader where in the article you cited you got that idea or quote. To learn more about in-text citations, check out our tutorials, Footnotes, Chicago Manual of Style, or In-Text Citations, Chicago Author Date Style. Now obviously there are a lot more types of sources to cite than just articles, and there are a lot more situations for citing articles than what we've covered in this brief video. If this video didn't answer your question, there are more resources available to help you cite your work. The Chicago Manual of Style has an online website that covers a lot of different styles and rules. You can access it at https://chicagomanualofstyle.org. You can also reference the Chicago Manual of Style in print format by typing Chicago 18th into OneSearch. Finally, you can always contact the librarian for citation assistance. You can email us at libraryhelp, one word, @cpp.edu. Thank you for watching.